Batteries fully charged. Launch ready for AEW Spark in 3, 2, 1. All Elite Wrestling discussion is live. Cue host Owen Finch.
It was all a dream. I used to read magazines and whatever. So before we start, I gotta tell a story.
Oh no.
Because like I wanted to tell this to Owen on the Spark, but shit happens. But I want to tell you something. Like this is a really this was an interesting story because this happened Friday. So Friday I was about to go. Well, Fridays I was going to the movies.
Okay.
The movie I was trying to go see is Saw X.
Oh yeah.
I'm a massive Saw fan. I love Saw. Yeah, and I even got the Saw game on my computer legally, but so not really, but so on my way to the movies, right? So like, I had to ride the metro train, also known as the subway. So I caught the train, right? And then we switched lines from the green line to the yellow line, and we went to so when I was on the yellow line, we switched tracks. Well, switched to the line in general. We stopped at the station called the Pentagon because it's basically, if you know DC, you know what the Pentagon is. I think it's in DC, but yeah. So we stop at that station. And usually for metro trains, you go, from station to station like every minute. Like you go, like you go to the station, you wait, take a minute to see, who goes off and on, to then you go out your way. This time, we went to the station and we waited a good 5+ minutes because what happened is the train that's okay. I don't say above, but a train like near us. Well, not near us. I don't know how to explain it. The previous train, the train we are behind, right? It derailed.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. When we heard that the train derailed, I was like, what the fuck happened? And what's crazy is that because it was so bad. Well, not really that bad until I found out how it derailed today, days later.
So derailed means it fell off, right? Like it fell off the track?
It came off the track.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I'm gonna get to how it could have been worse, okay?
Okay.
So the train derailed, so we had to switch tracks. There's like two different tracks. Tracks that goes, one way, and the other track goes the other way. Since the derail happened, we had to change tracks. We got to go on the opposite tracks for like a few stations. So we was, moving on, and then we saw the derailed train. It didn't look that bad, but apparently it derailed going out of the station. And the station it was going out of was the airport.
Okay.
So yeah, it derailed. We move on. I was like, damn, what happened? So I made it in time for the movies. Saw X was one of the best Saw movies ever. Courted everybody else. who does reviews on movies.
Yeah, I
It
got
was
it.
really good.
I'm gonna have to see it. Don't no spoilers, because
Yeah.
I want to see it.
I'm not spoiling it, but I'm gonna say this: if you don't like gore, you go fucking look. But yeah. So on the way back from the movies, I caught the train. The train that derailed was still there.
Oh my gosh.
So now there's delays like a motherfucker. So the train that I was catching back, it came by after the delays and all that other shit. It came by and it was going to stop at every station, but it's going to sit there because they still have to use the same railway, so they had to stop to let the train in front or coming to us go. So I had enough of that shit, so I switched from the yellow line to the blue line, and it does take a little bit more longer, but I'm not trying to be on a delay. Plus, I was curious what the blue line looked like. So yeah, so I made it to the plaza, which all the lines be at. So I made it to the plaza, and I was going to switch back to the green line, which is the line that takes me home. There was another delay. This time there was no derailment. Apparently, a train got disabled in the station.
What the hell?
I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on? I am 2 for 2 today. When I heard the train got, uh, this was a stupid joke I made myself. Since the train got disabled, I guess it turned retarded. But yeah, so I made it back home. I'm all fine. Movie was good, and it was dark outside. So yeah, but there's an update for today about the derailment train. Apparently, there was some stuff on the tracks that when the train hit it, the wheel came off the rail, off the track, and it like kind of bumped a bit. But here's how, but here's how it could have got worse because I wanted to surprise you with this one.
Okay.
The station and like where we at, we're on a bridge. So it could have got way worse. It could have not only came off the track, it could have came off the fucking bridge.
Yeah.
It caused a whole Final Destination shit.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
If you see Final Destination 3, the ending with the metro train crashing and killing damn near everybody, you can imagine that scenario, but on a bridge.
This is, yeah.
Where it could have gotten way worse, but luckily it didn't. It just came off the track. I think the wheel was gone, but I don't know. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting Friday, and I saw the fucking derailment train. I'm like, God damn, look at this goof. Look at this goofy goobers. Fuck you.
Oh my gosh,
so,
yeah. Yeah, that's
it was pretty interesting.
probably in the Western Day. Yeah, luckily you're not. You weren't on in any of these trains, like the derailment train and the detached train. Like you got lucky, like type of thing, because you had.
I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on with y'all?
I know.
So, yeah. So, that was a pretty interesting fucking day. Good movie, but what the fuck's going on with the trains?
I know.
I
Yeah.
hope it's better today, because when I first saw it, people was working on it. Just like because plus I think there was people in the train, but they got them off.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I wonder if it affected anyone, because WrestleDream was in Seattle, Washington, and I wonder if it affected anyone going from DC.
Going to the airport.
Yeah.
Imagine. I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
So yeah. Plus, I want to mention No Mercy was fucking good.
Yeah.
My boy Trick Williams whooped that trick known as Dominic.
Sure.
And fucking Dragunov is the new champion.
Yes,
I wanted Becky to lose because fuck Becky, but yeah. So yeah.
I don't want to say anything because I'll be covering that on WWE Aftershock Extra. It will be probably recorded tomorrow, but it will go up Thursday. So I'll talk about it then. So
when you're on after shot, tell him I said Trick Williams whooped that trick, baby. He did it for the African Americans, but he did it for the niggas. Let's go.
I will make sure to pass that message along. So
yeah, that's my boy Trick Williams, baby.
But yeah, we had
let's cover WrestleDream. But I want to do something new. This is what we're gonna do now for pay-per-views for AEW pay-per-views. Instead of us going back in history on the day, let's talk about what happened around the world of wrestling when it comes down to this specific day. So WrestleDream happened in the 1st of October.
Yep.
So what happened during the 1st of October? What other shows going on in the world of professional wrestling? I got Cage Match because Cage Match is my thing. So the first show, well, this is not in order, but what happened on October 1st, Rev Pro have their show called Live in London, 78. I think that's the weekly show. Then then in the world of WXW, which is in Germany, they have We Love Wrestling number 50, which is probably their other show. Then PTW, where the fuck this promotion's at? I never heard of this bitch.
Okay.
Primetime Wrestling, which happened in Poland. What the fuck? They have Underground 18, which is probably the weekly show. I don't fucking know if this their weekly show or not. New Japan had their Road to Destruction Tag 16, which is basically, their tour.
Yo.
Road to Destruction 2023. And then we have FSW, Lethal Consequences, which took place in Nevada, which is their pay-per-view apparently, because I'm not checking. Then we have SOM. What the fuck is that? SOM.
Mm-hmm.
School of Morton? Wait. Don't tell me this is... Oh, shit. Okay, so School of Morton is Ricky Morton's promotion.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and...
I didn't even know he had one.
I think this is not only just their promotion, but it's also his training ground too for training wrestlers. That's fucking
that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. And then we have Ganbare Pro Giri Chop. What the fuck type of name is that? If you want to watch Ganbare, go to subscribe to Wrestle Universe, and there you go. And what else happened? RDPW, what the fuck? yo, these niggas better chill out with these damn names. Okay, this is a Japanese promotion. So, RDPW, I can't pronounce. Ryukyu Dragon Pro Wrestling had their Dynamism, what the fuck? Dynamism 2023 T-Land Shisha Triumphant Return. So I guess it's a triumphant return to a joint. So yeah, that's what's going on in the world of professional wrestling during this day known as WrestleDream. So yeah, so if you had wrestling on all over the place. If you wanted to go watch wrestling live, if you couldn't go to WrestleDream, you could go to all those shows right there if you were in those areas and stuff. So always great when wrestling has all different types of markets to go to and cater to and all that type of stuff. Even though it wasn't the same day, like you mentioned, the same weekend, it was No Mercy. So, and as we talked about, as much of a beta as No Mercy was, WrestleDream had a lot to live up to. Jesus Christ, this was a fucking dream, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and
I feel like, I'll be honest with you, this show, I feel like I finally had a closure with one match, and we're gonna talk about it. I finally had that closure. So yeah, WrestleDream 2023. It took place in your mother's basement. If you're watching the show live, Seattle, Washington, an ugly ass fucking place to go to. The Climate Pledge Arena. That's a stupid ass name for an arena.
I know, yeah.
Why do these arenas have some weird ass names? The fucking Verizon Center. What the fuck does that have to do with Verizon, bro?
I know. They changed the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Rhode Island to I don't even know what they changed it to, but they.
I'm gonna agree with you. The Dunkin' Donuts Center sounds fucking lit to go to. They better sell Dunkin' Donuts too.
They did at one point, yeah, but they don't have. It's not. It's not. It's not.
That is awesome.
It's not called that yet anymore. But anyhow, yeah, let's just continue talking about the show. So yeah, we
start with the 0 hour first, or
yeah, we're just gonna go order by order as they typically do it. So we'll start with the 0 hour. It was a 2-hour 0 hour.
For some reason.
Yeah, the first hour of it was like all predictions and all that type of stuff, panel talk, and then the second hour was the in-ring components. So, because originally, if you remember, it kept saying the 0 hour was going to start at 7. Then all of a sudden, randomly on like Collision, they announced, "Oh yeah, just kidding, start at 6:30." And I'm like, "What's going on here? You said it was going to be at 7." Like, I had to rush taking a shower. Like I had to take a fast shower. I had to clip my nails real quick. I almost clipped like the skin off of my nail, trying to watch WrestleDream and getting onto the fucking pre-show in time. It's like, ugh, had to scarf down my dinner and everything like that too. It's just like, wow,
Man, the whole time during the fucking joint, I was literally like. Cause I watched the show at the Empire Mall. Shouts out to them on Discord. They like one of my friends was streaming it, and like I told them, dude, the 0 hours on. He was like, whatever, bro. And he was like, what the fuck ever. Because like the thing is that like he wasn't really going to stream a show. One of our other friends was going to stream it instead, but his Australian ass was not even up. I was about to smack a bitch.
Oh yeah, because it's like 6 a.m. for them and all that type of stuff. So it's like
and like I'm over here like, who cares? Fuck the time. Just get your ass on, bro.
Pretty soon, hey, we're gonna have to do that for Elimination Chamber. By the way, we're gonna have to be getting up at 6 a.m. to watch Elimination Chamber. So,
and I hope his Australian ass is up and try to stream the Chamber because I love me a good Chamber match.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
One of my favorite fucking stipulations in WWE, but yeah.
But yeah, so we were there for and AEW pay-per-views though too. They keep you up long too. This show, I think. The actual show itself, from 0 hour to the end of the actual pay-per-view itself, went until 12:30, I think. And then I stayed up. Actually, no, I didn't go to 12:30. It went to midnight. And then I stayed up to watch the media scrum. Yeah, I watched the media scrum. I figured, you know what? Everything. But the media scrum started at like 12:45. And then it didn't get over until like 3 a.m. It was like, what the hell are you keeping us up all this night for? I gotta work tomorrow, guys. I had to get up at 7 a.m. for work the next day.
Like I watched some of the media scrum. Like the only highlights was fucking Christian.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that when we get there because I will talk about that. But
Christian does not give a fuck, bro. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we'll get to him later. But yeah, let's just start talking about the 0 hour. We had your hosts for the night. It was Stokely Hathaway, Renee Paquette, and RJ City.
I'm a fucker. I love that man, bro. City is great, bro. I love that man so much. That's my boy right there.
He's cool. Yeah, Stokely Hathaway didn't stay there the whole time. He just disappears at one point. We'll get to where he goes in a minute. But, overall, I thought they did relatively good as the hosts and stuff like that. I think Stokely Hathaway they had come on there because they had a lot of ROH-type matches on there, so he was kind of get there because he's, like, one of the general managers of ROH type of thing. It's not called general manager, but that's basically what he is. He's on, like, the board of directors or whatever, but, I don't think ROH really has a board of directors. That's obviously a kayfabe, so... the commentary team for 0 hour was Nigel McGuinness, Excalibur, and Jim Ross. I thought they all did relatively good. Jim Ross was Jim Ross. He was good, but obviously he's just old now, so it's tough for him to call stuff nowadays. It was mainly kind of Excalibur and Nigel McGuinness doing kind of the heavy lifting. We had a couple of interviews. before this. Ricky Starks got interviewed. Lexi Nair was trying to get a word with him, and Ricky Starks was arriving to the building. He was asking security like which way he's supposed to go, and security was directing him. And then Ricky Starks comes up, and he just talks about, he comes over there, and he's just talking about how he feels like he should be treated better. He has to be told where to go to in his locker room. They didn't break out the red carpet for him and all that type of stuff. He calls Lexi Nair a dumb blonde, and he mentions that he's just going to wipe the floor with Willa Yuta tonight, and he's just going to absolutely destroy him. He's going to give him a worse beat than the Blackpool Combat Club give him. So that was good stuff. I'll break down the Eddie Kingston interview before I have you talk about anything. Eddie Kingston was talking about how happy he was to be a double champion. He looks forward to getting into the win with Shibata tonight. And then Stokely Hathaway comes up to him, and
he just belittled him like a motherfucker, bro. I was like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, he basically talked about, you know, how Eddie Kingston can pretty much do whatever he wants with the New Japan Strong Championship and stuff, but he said that he's going to have a conversation with him on Wednesday about the ROH World title. And I like this because Eddie Kingston was just kind of no-selling this. Like, he's over here even saying, dude, I'm trying to have a little conversation here and all that type of stuff. Like, Eddie Kingston was
I'm in an interview, bro. What the fuck you doing?
It was pretty good. I didn't mind this too much. I wouldn't have done the Stokely Hathaway part of it because it kind of gave away the finish to the Shibata match. I thought they kind of could have. Really, yeah, I thought they could have saved that for, like, you know, as like a post-match interview type thing, or have Stokely Hathaway come out with like a microphone type of thing. But I guess whatever. But you know, yeah, it's really weird because it kind of gave away the finish. But how'd you feel about these two interview segments? I thought Ricky Starks and Eddie Kingston were very good here.
I was listening, and I was talking to the guys in the mall, and I was thinking, I kind of want to play Dynasty Warriors.
I don't blame you, yeah.
I was like, you know what? I haven't played Dynasty Warriors in a while. Let me go rule the Kingdom of China real quick.
Yeah, I started making my card for my Ultimate Fantasy card that we're going to be making for the Rundown on Sunday. So
this nigga got a whole week show, bro. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, so
I'm like, I better get this motherfucker soon.
Yeah, so then we had the opening ceremonies. They did the special ceremony since this was in dedication to Antonio Inoki because he passed away a year ago that day.
That's crazy still.
I know. A year ago that day was my sister's wedding, and yeah. I wasn't on. I pretty much wasn't on this planet with what I was doing on that night, but that's a story for another day. Yeah, they had Tony Khan out there. They had Rocky Romero out there, which made sense because he kind of, you know, helped New Japan break out in America and all that type of stuff. He's kind of the person that kind of has all those connections and all that type of stuff. They had
Shibata, his fucking stoned ass.
Yeah, he was like a main student of Antonio Inoki. I don't think he was like the first, but he was like, you know, not one of the last ones.
He was a part of the the new Three Musketeers, which is like basically okay. So there was the Three Musketeers from the first Three Musketeers, which was Muto, Chono, and Hashimoto.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then when they got big, whatever, then you start to have the new Three Musketeers, which was hold up, let me get this right because I kind of want to get this right before I butcher this son bitch.
Yeah, this is why you're here.
Because there was 3 versions. Okay, so in the early 2000s of New Japan, they started promoting the new Three Musketeers, which was Hiroshi Tanahashi, Shibata, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Okay.
So, yeah, that is so. To be given that honor, to be known as one of the new Three Musketeers, you gotta be a big motherfucker, bro. So, Shibata was a part of the new Three Musketeers, and there he is now.
So there you go. And then
but there's also the newest version of the Three Musketeers, which is known as the Reiwa Three Musketeers, which was established June 29th, 2023, which is Rin Narita, Shota Umino, also known as Shooter, and Yoda Tsuji. So, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of lot of stuff going on there. And then obviously Antonio Inoki's grandsons were there. And they did a nice ceremony, Tony Khan, they were wearing like the special scarves, that was very special to Antonio Inoki and everything like that. I think he wore this scarf, I don't know about all night, but anytime he was on camera, he pretty much wore this scarf. And then, they did a special ceremony. They had pictures out there of them. They did the whole, the big special thing they do in Japan where they handed off flowers and everything like that. It was good stuff, good. They did the big chant for Antonio Inoki that they do in Japan and everything like that. They had the subtitles come on the screen so that way everybody could say it. I thought that...
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. They tried it. Like, they really tried to make it fucking work, but it came off as cringy, in my opinion.
Oh, but then you have the best thing of the whole ceremony, though. Who's watching the ceremony backstage? None other than Christian Cage. This was awesome. And he has a smile on his face.
How's everybody's father feeling today?
Yes, bro. Christian. The moment they show Christian Cage, I was like, they are this demon of a man, bro.
Because he had a smile on his face, and it wasn't one of those smiles like he was happy with the ceremony. It was one of those smiles like he knew he wanted to say something, but it's kind of like he realized this wasn't the night, but the intention was there. You knew they had Christian Cage watching this.
But that didn't matter though, because during the fucking interview, during the post meeting.
Oh, we'll get to him in the most media interview. We'll get to him later, but because that's awesome. But yeah, the fact that they showed Christian Cage doing this opening ceremony was...
Man's a demon, bro. He needs to be stopped.
I know he doesn't. He needs to continue doing whatever he's doing. Like, this is... I think Christian Cage is on the run of his career right now. Like,
this is the run of his career.
But
this man's a demon, bro.
How did you feel about the opening ceremony and everything like that?
It was cute. It was cute. But yeah, this is all to say.
I feel like the Christian Cage thing really made it for you when he was just watching backstage and all that.
Bro, I was not expecting this man, bro. They knew. I swear, AEW knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing.
Yep.
Fucking assholes.
And yeah, then we just have the wrestling portion of this show. We had 4 matches on the 0 hour. We're going to talk about all 4 of them. The first one was the most...
It doesn't need to be 4 fucking... 3 of the matches shouldn't even be on the fucking...
Yeah, 3 of these.
Well, one of them is debatable, but...
Yeah, we'll talk about them, but... we had 4 matches. The first of the 4 matches was... Shane Taylor Promotions, Diamante and Mercedes Martinez versus Satoshi Kojima, Keith Lee, Athena, and Bailey Starks. What a random-ass match this was. Just randomly thrown on the show the Saturday before Collision. Not announced at all. I don't even think it was announced like during the pay-per-view card. They just randomly showed it while there was another match going on freaking Collision. What a waste of Keith Lee. I'm sick of this. I am getting so sick of the waste of Keith Lee right here. He's in a feud nobody cares about, and he can't even... Oh my gosh, it's just such a waste of time. And the feud the reason that Shane Taylor and Keith Lee are feud is because Shane Taylor feels like that Keith Lee abandoned him when he signed with WWE, when he stayed loyal to ROH. It's like, dude, what was the guy? I've mentioned this before. What the hell was this guy was supposed to do? Go to a promotion that was dying at the time versus being paid to go to WWE and make a bigger name for themselves? Who's the biggest star right here, right now, buddy, by the way? Shane Taylor, no one even knew who you were until, you started feuding with Keith Lee. Actually, nobody really even knew who you were until Joe choked you the fuck out. Like, this is just, like, it's ridiculous. And he's upset that Keith Lee signed a contract, felt like he abandoned him. You could have signed with WWE too, bro. Maybe you're the one that abandoned Keith Lee. You know? Well, Keith Lee ain't even an ROH guy. He spent most of his time in PWG. What are you talking about, bro?
He was in PWG and like some other indie promotions.
Yeah. Just do the match between Shane Taylor and Keith Lee and get it over with. Nobody wants to see this feud except for freaking Tony Khan. That's the only person who wants to see this feud. Maybe Noah wants to see... I will give him the benefit of... Maybe Noah wants to see this because he's a history buff and stuff, but this feud's a waste of everybody's time. Keith Lee should be feuding with freaking Powerhouse Hobbs right now. That's Shane Taylor. the hell's going on here? I feel like Shane Taylor got freaking. I think some brain cells got choked out when Samoa Joe choked him out at freaking All
One
Out.
thing I would say, like the only redeeming thing about Shane Taylor was his theme song because it was actually pretty cool. But I need to find it first. But yeah,
we can't play it though.
This was a random ass match. I have no rating over this match. The match lasted 5 minutes and 42 seconds. So don't even bother going spot to spot.
Yeah, And
one more thing, what the fuck Kojima was doing? What? Why is he in this match, bro?
I don't know.
You can't even get Shooter. Come on, bro.
But yeah, relatively good.
Kojima old ass, bro.
Relatively good stuff. It was what it was. Keith Lee took the heat in this match, which really pissed me off. He didn't even get to do the hot tag. He had to take the heat. That pissed me off. And then eventually Kojima won with his running lariat, and he pinned frickin' Lee Moriarty. So yeah, what a great career choice Lee Moriarty made right there. Joined St. Taylor Promotions. He frickin' gets jobbed the fuck out. It's just like, I give the match 3 stars. It was still good because I got to see Keith Lee wrestle, and it was still good enough for what it was. But yeah, what a frickin' waste of Keith Lee. Anything you want to say about this?
So, one thing I would say is that this is kind of haunting a bit, but ever since Keith Lee had that sickness, he couldn't really do a lot much no more, which is kind of sad because it's like we all know the power of the whole power of Keith Lee and how he could do things.
Yeah.
But now he's still recovering from the shit. It's kind of and not to make this haunting even crazy, but Keith Lee had the same shit that Bray Wyatt had.
Oh wow, yeah.
Which is fucking haunting as a motherfucker. So, in an alternate universe, the roles were switched, but I just hope Keith Lee. I do want him to. I want to see him more on TV because I love this big motherfucker, bro. I love this. And I just want him to have this feud against Shane Taylor, and then maybe move on to the TNC, maybe the International. I don't know.
Yeah, just move on as fast as possible. But yeah.
But I think Athena's a face now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
But it's goofy as shit because the thing is with if she is a face now, I really don't mind it. Cause she has this new shtick that I actually like, where she has she has minions in training.
I did see some of these clips. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I love it. It's goofy as fuck. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, this match you could have just left off the pay-per-view, and I don't think anyone would have complained. So.
How this is a dark match? Nobody sees it.
Yeah. Next is a match that I think belonged here was Josh Barnett versus Claudio Castagnoli. Jon Moxley made a return here. This was his first appearance.
Before you start talking about the match, this was okay. From what I was told, this was supposed to be the opponent for Jon Moxley.
Yeah, I figured.
Which sucks because I saw their Bloodsport match. Josh Barnett and Jon Moxley, they fucked each other up at that Bloodsport show, bro. But damn.
Yeah, that would have been awesome if they could have done it. But yeah, so I
actually like this match.
But yeah,
I really like this match.
But yeah, we had Josh Barnett versus Claudio Castagnoli. Jon Moxley made his return. This was the first appearance since he was dropped on his head a couple weeks ago. He didn't do anything physical on the show. He's clearly still recovering from the concussion. But he was able to do live commentary. He did live commentary for all the Blackpool Combat Club matches. He was very hit or miss. For this match, he was fine, but he just would not shut up. He just kept talking to the point where JR couldn't even get a word out.
I was like, shut the fuck up, man.
I don't even think that only person that could really get a word out was Excalibur and Nigel McGuinness, but not much. The only time Nigel got a word out was anytime Moxley just talked to him. And other than that, Nigel wasn't saying anything either. The only person that Moxley let talk was, Excalibur, and that's because Excalibur, I think, has a louder voice than Jon Moxley is, so that's why I think he was only able to talk. So, Yeah, this match was very good, very technical. This was kind of like this was like a match you'd see probably happen in the MMA. They both just kept trying to exchange technical moves on each other. There's various times where Claudio he just lays into uppercuts onto Josh Barnett, and some of them Josh Barnett sold, and some of them he didn't. There's one uppercut that like would have knocked a man out that Josh Barnett just like completely walked into pretty much.
Josh is no man, bro.
Yeah, it's just
he is no normal person.
Yeah, eventually Claudio hits the neutralizer on him, and I think he was meant to land on his feet, but for some reason it didn't happen that way. But eventually, Claudio gets a roll-up onto him and surprises pretty much Josh Barnett with a roll-up. And Claudio Castagnoli wins the match. Afterwards, Josh Barnett does this great speech where he puts over Claudio Castagnoli, pretty much saying that, everyone says that you're great, but sometimes you just really don't know it until you experience it. And he pretty much...
Oh, God.
He pretty much gives Claudio Castagnoli the seal of approval, but he says... that he just wants more time with them, and pretty much he kind of challenges him to a rematch when that time is right, pretty much. So,
Bloodsport.
Yeah,
Bloodsport, please.
Yeah, he puts his hand up, and Josh Barnett walks away, and Claudio celebrates. Blackpool Combat Club seems like a turning babyface now, just because I think it's mainly because of the exit of CM Punk. They needed someone to fill the babyface role, but Claudio was a babyface on this show. Willa Yuta was a babyface on this show. Danielson was a babyface on this show, and Moxley was Moxley on this show. He wasn't face or heel. He was just Moxley. But overall, I liked this match. I thought it was very good. It was 3 3/4 stars. I think like Josh Barnett said, if this match went a little longer, I think there would have been like in the 4-star territory. I didn't mind the post-match speed. I thought there was points where Josh Barnett was talking too long. It kind of felt like he was repeating himself. It's like, okay, get to your point, bro. But, overall, I thought this was relatively good. I think, too, Moxie's commentary kind of hurt this match, too, because there was just points where he just would not shut up. So,
he's a mark. He's still a wrestling fan. What you talking about, bro?
But, yeah.
We'll never shut up.
How did you feel about this match? And, when do you think this rematch... I mean, you kind of answered the question away, but you could just answer it again. When do you think the rematch...
Me and everybody else in the mall, we said the same thing. If this match was a bit longer, this shit would have been crazy. Because, like, the thing is, this was... If you never seen a Josh Barnett match, then you're kind of missing out. Because not only he was a really good MMA fighter, but he was really... This man was in Pancrase. This man was... Like, he used to wrestle for New Japan time from time. So it's like this man knows his shit, and plus he started a tradition that is very effective because the fact that he started Bloodsport.
Yeah.
So his influence is in this match was crazy. Like I seen a Bloodsport show.
Oh, I have too. Yeah.
Christ, I love it.
Yeah, they're great. It's. I've seen two GCW shows in my life.
You need to watch more, bro.
Well,
you gotta watch the Epic Big Gay Brunch.
One of them, let's just say, one of them I saw. I think it's the one they did in the Albertstein Ballroom. Where they did One Night Stand and stuff. The one last year. I wasn't a fan of that one, so that's why I haven't watched it since. So,
I gotta show you some actual fucking GCW shit. Because they be going crazy for no fucking reason. Like, they have no right to be this fucking insane. Especially with Nick Gage. Jesus fucking Christ. God help us. But but this match was really good. I love it. This is one of the matches that... I see why they put on the pre-show. Because there was another match that's similar, but in a different taste. But this was pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And if Moxie never had that concussion... we would have saw part 2 of their Bloodsport match. But I hope at Bloodsport they have a rematch and have more time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Any star ratings or whatever you want to do for that type of thing?
Man, I give it a fucking hard hitting out of 10.
Yeah, it really was.
The thing is, though, there was one match if you want to see a action crazy Josh Barnett match, go watch Josh Barnett versus Minoru Suzuki.
I've seen that actually. I think I
That
have
shit
seen
was
that.
insane.
Yeah.
They
But-
fucked each other up
Yeah.
so bad. It was fucking brilliant. But yeah.
And
This
then
match
yeah.
lasted 8 minutes and 20. You know what? Fuck the times, bro. Let's just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have taken that 5 minutes that mixed tag match had and added to this match. So, next, a match that definitely didn't belong on the show, but in a weird way, I'm kind of glad, we did see it just because, it was Luchasaurus versus Nick Wayne, and oh my gosh,
This match, I'm not even gonna talk about this shit.
I'm talking about
Nick Wayne.
I'm talking about it. It's part of the
That
pay-per-view.
18-year-old bitch.
Wow,
Looks like
yeah.
skeleton and bones. Goddamn.
So yeah, this was a destruction. If Nick Wayne didn't come out on this later in the show, I would have been calling the police because I would have thought the guy died because Luchasaurus murdered Nick Wayne here. Nick Wayne gets some offense at the beginning. He gets like a slap in the face and like maybe like a jump and strike, but it's all Luchasaurus. He's just absolutely destroying Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne does get like a hope spot where he gets like 3 moves in, and then eventually Luchasaurus, he just murders Nick Wayne. He throws him everywhere. He hits a clothesline in the back of the head. Like, what was Nick Wayne thinking, asking for this match when he cut that promo on Rampage? Like, what were you thinking, dude? Like, I gave the match like 3 stars just because I loved seeing
Why?
I loved seeing Nick Wayne get destroyed here. I thought that was awesome.
Oh, sure.
So. But yeah, this match could have been left off the show, but you could have done this on freaking Rampage or something. I don't know, but yeah, what an absolute mauling this was. So Nick Wayne did not have this was not a good idea for Nick Wayne to do this. I don't know why he did this. So,
His funeral.
yeah, it really is. Then I don't think you want to. You probably don't want to talk about this match.
He
So.
as handed to, and I was laughing.
That really was. Like I remember too. Like I'm like, okay, Luchasaurus. Like he tried to hit Wade's with a Luchasaurus, and Luchasaurus. He didn't even. Not that he even sold it. He pushed that shit away. He's like, nah, I ain't taking that, bro. Like it's just like.
That shit was fun.
Like, good thing Luchasaurus is a freaking herbivore and all, like plant eater and all that type of stuff, because he would have really eaten Nick Wayne, I think, if he had the opportunity, type of thing. Like,
if he was a carnivore, he would have killed his ass.
Not an omnivore too. He probably would have killed his ass too. So
God.
Oh my gosh. I mean, he essentially almost did kill him anyways, type of thing. Like, oh, what the hell?
He should have took, bro. Luchasaurus should have did the fucking spot Christian did the Darby, bro. It would have been fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that's it. Nick Wayne's mom was watching this, and she was like disgusted about what her son was done. I don't know if she was disgusted, obviously, that her son was getting destroyed, or that her son asked for this match. It might be both, but if I was Nick Wayne's mom right now, I would have like won a paper bag the rest of the night.
I would have whooped his ass just because he decided to do this match.
I know.
Then again, Luchasaurus already did that, so
she should have whooped his ass more. But
right.
Don't worry, Nick Wayne. We'll get to that later. But Nick Wayne's, I think, seen the light. I think he's seen the fact that he needs a father. So we'll get to that later. But next, we had the main event of 0 Hour.
It was. I don't care about.
It was the AEW World Trios Championships match. It was TMDK challenging the Acclaimed Daddy Ass Billy Gunn. Yeah, overall this was pretty good. The Acclaimed did a really good rap on TMDK. My favorite line was when they say to Shane Haste, "You're looking for retribution." And then you're gonna get like clapback, and you try to get the Slapjack name in there, which was really good. So that was a good.
Wait, Shane Hayes was Slapjack?
Yeah, he was.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so.
You poor soul.
Yeah. So yeah, this was really good stuff. The Acclaimed start off, doing really well, but then eventually the heels get the heat. They get the heat on Anthony Bowens. They dominate, not exactly his back. It was more like his hip, but it was closer to his back than like his hip, so it was kind of the back area. So they just dominate him. They hit this really good like leg sweep, like high and low combination followed by a couple of sentons. It was Shane Haste and I forget what his name is now, but it's Nick Miller from the Mighty. So I don't remember what his name is now, but
Mikey Nichols.
Yeah, Mikey Nichols. Thank you. Bad Dude Tito looked really good here.
Fucking Bad Boy Tito, bro. I swear to God, that. Oh my God.
Yeah, he hits a really good fall-away slam on Anthony Bowens. Eventually, Billy Gunn gets the hot tag, and him and Bad Dude Tito had a really good face-off here. I can't believe how big Billy Gunn is. He towers over Bad Dude Tito. He towers over him. Like,
crazy.
It's insane. Eventually, the Acclaim win. Daddy-ass Billy Gunn hits the famous, followed by the arrival by Anthony Bowens, followed by the mic drop by Matt Caster. I believe he hit that on the Nicholas,
whoever it was,
Mikey Nicholas or whatever his name is. He hit it on him. And yeah, this was still pretty good stuff. I give it like 3.25 stars. You know, pretty good trios title match. It was never in doubt that the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass were going to retain their titles here. The only reason I could have seen the TMDK guys winning is if they signed a contract in like AEW and all that type of stuff. But there was just no chance. Plus, you know, you just put the belts on the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass not that long ago. I feel like we need to get some love again to the trios titles. It's like the second time they've been on the buy-in, and I think they need to get back on like the spotlight.
Ever since the Acclaimed won it, they haven't been fucking like. There was no heat for any trios match.
Yeah, I think they've defended it once on Rampage. No,
like they was defending it crazy against other guys, but it just hasn't been that memorable.
Yeah,
like, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. And I give a fuck disagree or agree. So, my opinion, the best trios champions wasn't House of Black.
Oh yeah, they will.
Because they fucked up everybody who got there.
Yeah, they have their own rules and everything like that too. So
it was going crazy, bro. When there was, bro, like yes, the Elite was probably cool. Yes, like Death Triangle was probably cool, but they cannot top the House of Black.
Yeah,
they said that's the only team I ever know and I've ever seen that makes rules like more okay. They made the rules to not have an advantage. They made the rules for the champions to have advantage, and they still whooped their ass, bro.
If anything, the only reason they lost the belts was because of their own rules, pretty much. So
yeah, which is fucking crazy, bro. Love it.
But yeah, I thought the match was pretty good. I give it like 3.25 stars. Anything you want to say about this match?
I think at this match I started booting up Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah,
I was either playing Dynasty Warriors or playing Tetris. I don't know. This was an okay match. I never give a fuck about this match at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. How did I care?
I don't blame you. Decent little 0 hour here, though. You know, he had some good matches. I feel like if we hadn't had
the matches should not be on the card.
Yeah, I feel like the two matches that belonged here were mainly Claudio versus Josh Bonnet.
That's the only match that actually caught my attention.
And maybe the trios match could have stayed on this show. But other than that, I feel like you could have taken off, you know, the mixed tag, and you could have just put the Luchasaurus Nick Wayne match on freaking Rampage, the whole episode of Rampage. But then again, a lot more eyeballs probably were watching Nick Wayne got I don't know. I kind of want a lot of people seeing Nick Wayne get his ass kicked, because I guarantee you more people watch 0 hour than they watch Rampage this past Friday. So I don't know. That deserves to be seen. Nick Wayne just getting destroyed like that. So
Nick Wayne was getting his ass thrown around, bro.
By the way, how long was the? I know you said we're not doing time, but how long was the Nick Wayne Luchasaurus match? I just want to know.
That shit was like, hold up. But no, what that do? Okay. That match was 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Almost 5 minutes on the dot.
Wow, okay. Yeah, and like I think like you said 4 minutes and 50 seconds. I think like
4 minutes and 55.
4 minutes and 55. I think like 4 minutes and like 51 seconds was dedicated to like Luchasaurus kicking his ass pretty much too. Like
oh God, but there was like
I think Nick Wayne only got like I think Nick Wayne only got like 4 seconds of offense. Well, probably longer than that because I think he got to put a pretty decent near fall on him. So probably longer than that, but I don't know.
Near fall, I call it luck.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. But anyhow,
I ain't giving this man no credit.
And anyhow, let's get to the actual main show. We had the commentary team. It was Nigel McGuinness, Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, and Taz.
And sometimes Mox.
Yeah, sometimes Mox. Nigel McGuinness and Excalibur stayed on the whole show, and they swapped out with a third guy. The first on the first few matches was Taz. So I'll just tell you when someone takes his place and all that type of stuff. The ring announcers were Bobby Cruz. He basically ring announced any of the ROH matches that were represented on this show. And Dasha, this isn't her name now. I don't remember what her name is in AEW, but it's Dasha Fuentes from WWE. She was the other ring announcer. She was the one that did it the whole time. I don't know where Justin Roberts was. I think he...
Chelsea Green.
Yeah, so... it had a really good cold open where it kind of showed the legacy of Antonio Inoki. A lot of people talked about him and all that type of stuff. It was good stuff. And then we had the first match on the show. It was the ROH World Tag Team title match that kicked off the show. It was the Righteous challenging MJF for the titles. MJF comes out and he basically talks about how he was framed for the attack that happened at the end of Dynamite. He says that it wasn't him that attacked Jay White, and he says he gets a tofu chant over, saying that he doesn't need to hide it behind a mask to attack Jay White. And then he cuts a promo on the Righteous. He basically calls a shot again. He says that he's gonna stick Vincent's head up Dutch's ass. He's gonna grab him by the dreadlocks and do that. And then he says that he's going to body slam Dutch. And the match starts. MJF gets some offense in at first. He's doing really well. He nearly hits a slam onto Dutch, but it's to his undoing. Eventually, the Righteous get in there and they destroy MJF. They pound away on him. They get the heat on him for a while. They had a really good double suplex onto him, but MJF kicks out of it. Dutch hits a slam himself onto MJF, but he ends up kicking out of that. And then eventually they hit basically the greatest hits of their moves. Dutch hits the Boss Man Slam, but MJF kicks out of that. They hit their tag finisher.
Crazy Boss Man Slam. That shit.
Yeah.
Man, that shit reminds me of Abyss when he does the Black Hole Slam. Jesus Christ. Bro.
Yeah, it was really good. And then Vincent hits the DDT off of Dutch onto MJF, but MJF just manages to kick out of it. And the Righteous don't really know what to do. They're kind of starting to get desperate. So Vincent has Dutch put in a chair, and they go to do the spot from Collision where they're about to take a 2x4 and just smash and destroy MJF's legs. But MJF...
Fun fact about that spot. Vincent first did that. He first did that move to Matt Taven.
Oh, so there you go.
So basically, the move started when he was feuding with Matt Taven, and he fucked his ankle with that damn 2x4 chair.
Yeah. And then before Dutch is distracting the referee, and before Vincent can swing the chair at MJF locks him into a grapefruit vine, and he locks him into this for like a good minute or so.
He grabbed his dick, bro.
That's what pretty much.
He grabbed his fucking cock and balls, bro. And what made it worse, he was holding it for a good minute.
And he's waiting for the referee to turn around, and then
why?
When the referee turns around, Vincent still has the chair, and they basically try to do the El Guerrero spot, but Vincent obviously is trying to plead his case, but he's also selling the fact that he had the grapefruit vine put onto him, so he's in pain like this with the chair. It was really good stuff. And then eventually MJF tries to cheat. He tries to go for the Dynamite, doesn't win, but the ref catches him, and then MJF hits a low blow onto Dutch, which allows him to hit a body slam onto him, which, he ended up calling a shot. And then Dutch is set up in the corner, and then MJF does exactly what he said he was going to do, and he throws Vincent into Dutch's ass, like exactly what he said he was going to do, and then he hits the Thrill Seeker onto Vincent, and...
Heat Seeker?
Yeah, sorry, I said the Thrill Seeker. I think that's a tag team. He hits the Heat Seeker. And MJF covers Vincent, and at the last second, he grabs the rope. He puts his foot on the ropes, and he gets the victory. But right before the ref sees it, he takes his feet off the rope. So, since the ref didn't actually see it, there's no evidence. MJF can't be called out. He can't get called out for it, but MJF was denying it and all that type of stuff. So, overall, I thought this was very good stuff. This was the best way I think MJF could have won this match. It made I thought the Righteous still look strong enough because MJF had to do all this cheating just to win the match anyways. And, there was just really no shot. I don't think the Righteous were going to win. There was a little bit of a hope since, Adam Cole went out doing an injury, but I was kind of thinking, I don't know if MJF would really be taking a loss right now just because he's doing really well. I think, once the Kingdom kind of get back into the mix, that's going to be still going to be the team that takes the titles off of MJF and Adam Cole, depending on when they actually do the match. But yeah, MJF's just really over here. This was very good. I give this match 3 3/4 stars. Interesting to see what's going to happen with MJF, obviously, because there was no furtherization with what happened at the end of Dynamite. I think they're going to address that tonight since you're going to see this Wednesday. But yeah, how do you feel about this? And MJF calling a shot. It seems like anytime he calls a shot, he always lives up to his word. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, I knew they wasn't going to win the fucking titles, but I still had hope because I love the Reddit shit. And it did crush me that they lost to one fucking guy.
That's fair.
It still crushes me, but oh well. But at the same time, it's it's like I should have expected it, and I don't know, this was just fun. This wasn't really a fucking match to go crazy over. Yeah, it has some spots here and there. It was fun, but it's whatever. And I got nothing else to say about this other than it was a match. It was fun. I give it a good whatever out of fucking 10, or grab his dick and twist it out of 10 because this man really grabbed his fucking dick, bro, for a good minute.
Yeah.
He was just grabbing it. Vincent didn't do nothing. He was like, ah!
Because he can't do anything. I don't know what you expect the guy to do.
Swing the chair at his head. You do. Come on now. You had a moment, but you just too much shock that he grabbed your dick, bro. Crazy.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't blame him because if that happened to me, I'm like, what the
I know, yeah. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how the Righteous bounces back from this.
I was hoping Roderick Strong, so when Adam Cole went to Roderick Strong, I was hoping he would have said to a Rowdy, go team with Max or something like that.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
And it's Roderick Strong that loses the titles, overall type of thing, He's the one that loses the belts for Better Than You, Baby. That would have been a great play. Maybe they are going to do that. They're going to save that, obviously, for, for the next team. The only two teams I could see taking the titles off Better Than You, Baby right now is the Guns or the Kingdom. I would prefer the Guns, obviously, just because I think they're doing really entertaining work right now. I think they deserve to be rewarded for it. But I think it's probably going to end up being the Kingdom just because of storyline reasons and all that type of stuff. But, we'll see. Because Austin Gunn still needs a nickname. He still doesn't have one. And I feel like, if he gets the ROH tag titles, he'll get a nickname. So that, but we'll see what happens.
Cocked and loaded.
No.
Fully cocked.
We'll see.
The craziest nicknames they ever got.
Then we have the next match. And this is where the show really takes off and goes off into the stratosphere, I think. It's for both the ROH World title and the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. It's Eddie Kingston defending against Kazuchika Shibata. Yeah, this match was awesome. This was a really back and forth match. Eddie Kingston just immediately starts off aggressive in this match. He's trying to out-wrestle Shibata, but it's not very successful. Shibata just takes his head off immediately with a vicious, not even boot to the head. It was like a kick right to his chest, pretty much, and Eddie Kingston just immediately went down. It was
damn near fucking jump.
yeah. They do chops towards each other, and they were kind of trying, not to show that it hurt them and all that type of stuff. Shibata locked in Eddie Kingston into various sleeper holds. There's a bit where Shibata locks him into a sleeper hold, and Eddie Kingston has to basically use a rope break pretty much. And he was in the sleeper hold for a while. He was standing with his back against the ropes, and he pretty much had to reach for the ropes type of thing. Which was great stuff and all that type of stuff.
He knows why he has to do that, because Shibata's move is a sleeper hold. Make you during that, once he does a sleeper hold, he makes you sit down and does a PK, a penalty kick.
Yeah,
and that shit usually ends matches.
Yeah.
So Kingston's like, hell no.
And Eddie Kingston had to make sure he reached for the ropes. He was asking the referee, like, did I get to the ropes and all that type of stuff. So, and I think it's in this match. It's one of like the New Japan refs. It was like a big student of Antonio Inoki. I think that's where he shows up and everything like that. So it was pretty cool that they got that guy over there. Eddie Kingston just starts laying vicious chops on Shibata, and eventually Eddie Kingston just hits his greatest hits onto Shibata. He hits the Uruka, but Shibata kicks out at 1, and then he hits the vicious chops. He hits a sit-out Falcon Arrow, and then Shibata kicks out of that. Then Eddie Kingston hits one final Uruka, followed by a sit-out powerbomb, the same way he won the ROH world title. And Shibata finally goes down in defeat, but he kicks out like a second too late on all that type of stuff. This match was phenomenal. It was great stuff. I gave it 4.5 stars. You really have to go sit down and watch this match for yourself, because it's really worth it. Afterwards, both men show respect towards each other. Eddie Kingston, shakes his hand and everything like that, and he even gives Shibata the win. They let his music play and everything like that. So, it's really great stuff. And we still have another contract status of Shibata, because he's still technically not signed to a contract and everything like that. So, same thing with, I should mention Satoshi Kojima, by the way. He just left Pro Wrestling Noah recently, and Tony Khan says he's interested. His talks haven't started yet and all that type of stuff. So
what the fuck are you going to do with Kojima? The fuck?
I don't know. I mean, he could be good. He could be good to teach people, the Japanese style if they want to do that and all that type of stuff, and maybe but he's probably good. I don't think he'll wrestle that much. I don't think he's really wrestling much in Pro Wrestling or New Japan anyways, but he's probably going to be like a behind the scenes type guy. But anyhow, we'll get to that. Yeah, how did you feel about this match, and how do you think Eddie Kingston did? This was his first big stage defending his, pretty much both of his world championships on the same show.
He did good. Like, it was obvious he was going to win the match. Because, I don't know why he wouldn't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, at least he, having fun in the fucking ring, because it's how he's having fun in the ring. But, yeah, so it was alright. I gave it, a good, 3.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Then we had the only women's match of the whole show. They had 6 hours. They can only fit one in, I guess. It was.
I'm not even mad about that for real right now.
That's fair. They had the TBS Women's Championship match. It was Chris Statlander defending against Julia Hart with Brody King ringside. Yeah, overall this was relatively great stuff. They did a lot of stuff where Julia Hart was trying to play mind games with Chris Statlander. She'd just go outside the ring and just kind of stall for a little bit, and then eventually Statlander really went after her. She dominates the beginning portions early. She throws Hart into the barricade. I think at this point, this is where Taz tags out and Shivani tags in. He's on commentary now with Excalibur and Nigel McGuinness. And, he's doing fairly well with them and all that type of stuff. Yeah, Julia Hart then starts dominating. She works over the injured leg of Statlander. She gets her into a half crab. She gets her into a knee bar. She just destroys the leg of, Statlander. She hits a really good moonsault onto Statlander that nearly gets her the championship, but it's not to be. And then she locks her into her submission finisher. And Statlander counters that. She counters it into the Cradle Tombstone, the No Future. And she hits it once, and then she hits it a second time because she didn't have the legs fully cradled. And Statlander wins. She retains the TBS Women's World Title. I was obviously disappointed. I wanted Julia Hart to win, but it was not to be. It was a great match. The fans really got into it towards the end. Chris Statlander retains the belt. I was kind of hoping she wasn't going to win definitively, so that way they could continue this feud. Maybe they still will continue the feud. They'll do something where, Julia Hart tries to split mist in her face. That's one thing that also nearly happened in this match. She nearly sprayed mist into the face of of Chris Statlander, but it was not to be. But overall, this was still great stuff. I give the match like 4 stars. This might be an unpopular opinion, but this is probably my favorite TBS Women's Title match I think I've ever seen. It was really great. What did you think?
It was alright. Nothing really special. I was hoping Julia Hart wins.
Yeah, I was hoping so too. But I think they want to push Statlander right now, especially since she basically wrote Jade Cargill out of the company. So he kind of and she just broke a streak and everything like that. So And then we had the 4-way match where the winner was going to get a future shot at the AEW World Tag Team titles. It was the Young Bucks versus the Gun Club versus the Lucha Brothers with Alex Abrahantes ringside versus Orange Cassidy and Hook. Ray Phoenix started off with Orange Cassidy. They kind of had a little bit of an exchange, and then eventually the Guns interfere. They lay out the Lucha Brothers. They throw Ray Phoenix head first and shoulder first into the post. And Ray Phoenix had to be helped to the back. And this injury is legit, sort of. He didn't get injured here necessarily, but Meltzer and Alvarez have reported that Ray Phoenix is legitimately banged up from the international title match he had with Moxley a couple of weeks ago. So they had to take him out of the match early because of that. So it was a legit injury, but also not. Obviously, he's been injured for a few weeks. So Pentagon Jr. had to wrestle the match by himself the rest of the time. And the Guns, everyone kind of gets their moves in the beginning, but then eventually the Guns dominate. They get the heat on Hook for a while, believe it or not. Hook really takes the heat, Yeah, it's fine. And then eventually the Matt Jackson gets the hot tag. The Young Bucks start doing their thing. They hit super kicks on everybody. There's a really good dive that Ray Phoenix does. Not Ray Phoenix, but Pentagon Jr. does on everybody. It was really great. And then Orange Cassidy nearly gets the win with the Orange Punch, but it gets broken up. And then eventually the Young Bucks do win. They hit the BTE trigger onto, I think it was one of the Guns for the win. They became number 1 contenders. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting, Hook and Orange Cassidy to win. But yeah, the Young Bucks win. They became the new number 1 contenders. Overall, this is fine. The Young Bucks are a really, great tag team. I was okay they won. I gave the match 4 stars. It was great stuff. I thought each team got a really good moment to shine here. And I love how the match was like controlled chaos. It would start off really all out of control, all over the place. But then eventually it calmed down a little bit. Then eventually went out of control again. So overall, I like the fact that they did here. But I do have a critique because I'm not kind of a big fan of the Young Bucks winning, considering what happens later in the night. But we'll talk about that later. I think they should have given it to Orange Cassidy and Hook or the Guns at least. I thought that would have been the other 2 best options. But now that you're back, do you want to talk about? Because I just finished talking about it. Do you want to give your thoughts on the 4-way tag team match?
It's fucking stupid.
Okay.
Why the hell the Young Bucks won? They had no reason to win the fucking match. This is okay. So at this point, like around the Chris Statlander match, I started playing Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, I can't blame you.
I was ruling over, bro. I was ruling over fucking China. Well, now, but not all over China. But I started taking territories. But this match was, it was okay. My only gripe is the fact that fucking the Young Bucks win because they have no right to win the match. They don't need the fucking win. First, one of them, Nick or Matt, is now going for the TNT. Well, going for the, I believe, the international title.
Yeah, they
And then now they're going for the tag team titles.
and they have the 6-man world tag team titles for ROH.
They don't need nothing.
Yeah.
They don't need shit. What the fuck? You could have given this joint to the Guns. You could have given it. Well, I would. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. You could have just given them to the Guns. Okay. Cooking Orange Cassidy. Maybe. I don't care. It's cute. Lucha Bros. Meh. They already like established anyways. But they don't. But anybody but the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
So
How'd you feel about the Ray Phoenix injury? Because obviously, I don't know if you know, apparently he is, like, obviously him having to be taken out was legit, but, like, he wasn't actually injured. He's just banged up from mainly the match with Moxley he had where he won the title, so that, and they're trying to preserve him as much as they can.
I was playing Dynasty Warriors, so I didn't know he was injured.
Yeah, Pentagon Jr. had to wrestle the rest of the match. I'm sorry, he's not even Pentagon Jr. right now. He's Pentagon Zero Mio. I'm sorry.
He's still Penta to me. I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, so overall, yeah, that's kind of what happened there. So, we'll just move on. The next match was the grudge match. It was Heyman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana ringside. You know, Prince Nana did his dance.
Oh my god. Let me tell you something about this match, right?
Yeah, you can talk about it if you want.
Alright, so in the Empire Mall, when we was watching it, damn near all of us was like, fuck Hangman, beat this nigga ass, Swerve, beat him up, Swerve.
Yeah.
It was like, pack this motherfucker up, bro. This, like, okay, the next two matches was the funniest shit because me and some other guys in the mall was like, pack this man up, get him. We was so anti Hangman Page. It was not like, it was hilarious. Every time, like every time Swerve does his shit, it was like, yeah, Swerve, yeah.
Yep.
It was the funniest shit.
And Washington.
It's crazy because it's like three niggas it's three niggas, me and two other guys. I think it was four because he sounded black. It was me, two other guys, this other guy, an Australian and a white guy who was crippled. So we was so anti-Page. It was like we wanted Swerve to win so bad. Every time he does the house call, every time he does the Swerve stomp, every time it was like he was beating the absolute shit out of Hangman, we was going crazy.
But yeah, Seattle, Washington felt the same because obviously this was this legit was Swerve's house because he's from Seattle, Washington, and yeah, they felt the same way. They hated him.
Let me ask you this. Whose house?
Swerve's house.
Let him know.
And yeah, so yeah, they come out here. It's very back and forth, you know. Swerve he's out wrestling Page, and he's kind of using his mind games against him, while Page is kind of like that brawler, and you know he's like the powerhouse out of the two. So they kind of work with that in the beginning. Page kind of starts dominating in the beginning. Crowds booing Hangman and Page. The crowds really started.
The mall was also booing Hangman Page.
Yeah, the crowd was getting to Hangman and Page's head. He's kind of never really experienced heel heat like this before, really. So
yeah, fuck him.
Eventually, Swerve starts to target the arm. He throws him hand first into the post, and he starts targeting the arm of Hangman and Page, just really destroying it. And eventually, Adam Page does the same thing to Swerve, He smashes him on first. He traps it into the steps and just kicks it while it's in the steps. Adam Page hits a pop-up powerbomb under Swerve into the apron. And then Swerve hits a vicious backdrop, sending Page off of the steps, which was just absolutely insane. And the match is very back and forth. Swerve hits the Swerve stop, and Page kicks out. And Page consistently tries to set up for the buckshot lariat, but he can't hit the buckshot lariat because Swerve's too close. So eventually he has to improvise and just do a chop block. And that was really good stuff. And then Swerve hits a destroyer, but Page kicks out of that. Page hits a fallaway slam off of the second turnbuckle, but Swerve kicks out of that. Swerve hits he throws him, he hits a dive on the outside, he hits a double stomp, and he hits a 450 onto Page's arm, and he locks him into a submission, but Page gets to the ropes. And eventually Prince Nana interferes, and the referee ejects him. And Prince Nana doesn't want to leave, pretty much. He thinks he's because at one point Page does the buckshot, and Swerve gets his foot. He puts Swerve's foot on the rope, so that's why all of this is happening. And Prince Nana's trying to make his case. He's trying to claim that he didn't do anything, but we find out this is part of a bigger plan because Swerve he grabs something. It's like Prince Nana's like little belt that he was wearing over his head, like turban and stuff, and he cracks Page over the head with it. And then Swerve hits 2 house calls fired by a JML driver on Page, and he gets the victory. And I was really happy about this. I was really happy Swerve won this match. He deserved to win this match because of everything that happened, especially with how the crowd was feeling. I think the crowd would have booed this match if Page won. And this was, great stuff. I gave the match 4 3/4 stars. It was the best match of the night up until this point. And I think this is going to do a lot for Swerve here. And where Adam Page goes from here, I don't know. But how did you feel about this match overall? And Swerve, this is probably the biggest victory of his entire career right here.
Bro, let me tell you. When Swerve won, the whole mall was like, yeah! Pack this nigga!
Yeah, that's how it was.
Bro, it was the funniest fucking shit. One of the guys was like, pack this nigga up. Fuck this nigga. Fuck Hangman. I was like, alright, bro. And then, the match was really good, bro. This has to be one of Swerve's best fucking matches ever.
I think it is, yeah.
And Swerve deserved it. Because Swerve, he is that one guy that I could see him carry the fucking company.
Yeah,
I could see it. This man is like on the mic, in the ring, he's smooth. He's just so fucking good.
I think he is going to be the first black AEW world
For
champion.
real.
And
I'm all in for that. I'm all in. If I have to wait a good year, I would. Just keep good. Just make him win for matches, and then you will see him shining like a diamond.
Yeah, he's doing that.
That fucking good.
And he's doing that right now. So really great stuff right here. Yeah. Then we had the cooldown match of the night.
Let me tell you something about this, alright? So right after the Swerve match, going into this match, one of the guys, it was like, yeah, back Heyman up. And then they showed the graphic to Ricky Starks and Wheeler Yuta. He was like, pack this man up too. Get Wheeler out of here. And then at this match, I kind of checked out. Then I started playing Dynasty Warriors again.
Yeah, I can't blame you. But this was Wheeler Yuta versus Ricky Starks. John Moxley was on commentary for it. Jim Ross, I think, tagged in here, and Shivani tagged out. So,
I know why Jim Ross tagged in, because you're going to find out later.
Yeah. Overall, relatively, good stuff here. We find out apparently Moxley got fined for the stuff he was saying during the, not the buy-in, but the 0 hour.
That's funny.
Which I think is actually true. So Moxley was trying to be...
That's funny as shit. I'm not going to hold you.
Yeah. Moxley was trying to be very careful with what he said. the rest of the night. So that's good stuff. And then very back and forth match here. Pretty good stuff. Nothing crazy. Eventually, Big Bill comes out, and Moxley's wondering about what is he doing out there. Moxley's trying to shout advice to Willa Yuta, and he's trying not to swear, so he's trying to say stuff off of commentary, but he doesn't realize that Excalibur, JR, and Nigel McGuinness are still mic'd up, so it's still coming through the commentary and everything like that. So that was
I love Mox.
Yeah, it was great. I don't know why he gets a lot of hate now for his post WWE.
Just because of him fucking keep blading like a damn idiot.
I mean, he really should stop blading, but he doesn't deserve to be chastised out of the business for. But
for real, he shouldn't, because he's a fucking kind soul.
Yeah. Big Bill. He doesn't interfere too much with this match. The main thing that he does is he breaks Ricky Stark's fall. I think Willa Yuta hit a drop kick onto him, and he falls and he lands on Big Bill. But other than that, Big Bill really doesn't interfere too much. Eventually, Starks throws Yuta headfirst into the steel post, followed by a spear, followed by the Rochambeau onto Willa Yuta for the win. Good stuff.
He packed him up.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Good stuff. I gave it 3 stars. Nothing too special. It was clearly a cool-down match before this and the next match. Or before the next match, post Swerve match type of thing. So good stuff. Swerve needed a win too after losing to Danielson 2 times in a row. So this was kind of a good way to get Swerve back on the winning ways. I don't know how much it's gonna up his stock in the company. It's not like Willa Yuta's really kicking it up right now, but How did you feel about this match? And Wicked.
I was playing Dynasty Wars, bro. Why you asking me?
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I wasn't sure if it was one of those things where you were multitasking type of thing. So.
Oh.
Alright then.
I'm rolling over fucking. Bro, I was trying to have a good reputation with the people. Well, with the kingdom. I was really.
That's fair, yeah. Then we had the next match, the Dream match, the match that everybody was there for.
This is the match when I paused Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, this is because it was worth it. We had Bryan Danielson versus.
Do you think you could talk about this match? Like, do you honestly think you could tell everybody what happened in this match?
Probably not. I'm just gonna tell. It's Bryan It's Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. I mean, the only thing I can say is just to go. It's a technical masterpiece. I mean, it's exactly what you'd think this match would be, but more pretty much. And Bryan Danielson. The only thing that really happened was he had to kind of improvise a lot in this match. He really couldn't use his left arm, obviously, but Zack Sabre worked it over and everything like that. And eventually, at the end of the day, Bryan Danielson doesn't even win the match with a technical move. He wins it with the Bull Psycho knee. And just go sit down and watch this match if you haven't yet, because it's just a technical masterpiece. I give it 5 stars.
You couldn't even give it a whole, he did this, nah.
Yeah.
Because the thing about this match, bro, man, this match made my dick hard. I was like, bro, this is one of the only matches that I could say is art. This was art, because I was fucking pissed off at Brian, because he keep on, well not keep on, but he was doing the fucking Texas death match. The reason why I was pissed at him is because it could have been a risk for injury. I don't want him to get injured, because this match is the one match that will finally give me closure. This is one of the matches that made me... Y'all might judge me for this or kind of clown me, but during the match, there was a tear coming down my eye.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Because I was like, bro, this is fucking beautiful.
A tear came down my eye earlier when Sami Zayn made his entrance to Montreal Elimination Chamber earlier this year. So I'm not gonna. So, Yeah, overall, yeah, this match.
You crying for wrestling? What's wrong with you, bro? But this was one of the best matches of the fucking year.
Yeah, really was.
I don't give a fuck if there's other good matches. This match is the match. This is finally, like, this is one of the matches people really wanted it. They really want to see Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson in a technical masterclass. Like, and then this happened, and now we finally got the match. Some people probably like, will this match hold up to its value? And guess what happened? It held up to its value.
Yeah.
Showed why they are one of the best wrestlers in the fucking world. And this also not only helped the stock of pro wrestling, but it also showed why Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the best wrestlers. It showed why Bryan Danielson is one of the best modern day. Like they literally went out, tipped the toe. They went out doing fucking holds. They went out doing transitions. They went out doing everything. And whole time watching this match, it reminds me back in high school when I used to do wrestling. I was like, this made me the happiest man alive, bro. Like,
Yeah.
This match is one of the reasons why I love technical wrestling. I don't give a fuck about no death match. I don't give a fuck about your freaking 30-minute, 60-minute classics. This is professional wrestling at its finest. This is what this sport is. This is what makes wrestling fans who want to see wrestling, not just pro wrestling, but wrestling in general. They want to see something that can make them feel like they are watching a sport. And this is what it gave us, which is fucking awesome. And I hope this leads to a part 2.
Oh, it's gonna, because
go ahead.
yeah, but because you mentioned closure and everything like that, we didn't necessarily get closure because Zack Sabre Jr. There's some videos online of what people cutting promos post show and everything like that. Not the post media scrum, but it's just like, you know, them doing promos. And Zack Sabre Jr. he wants a rematch because Danielson didn't beat him with a technical move. He knocked him out pretty much, and Zack Sabre Jr. said that he feels like he's still the best technical wrestler in the world, and Bryan Danielson agrees. You know, he feels bad that he had to put him down, type of thing. So I say book the rematch, and this time maybe either a submission match or there's some type of match where you can't do strikes or type of thing. It's like a catch as catch can wrestling match.
Do a catch as catch can rules or World of Sport or British rules, I am going to blow a fucking load because I'm going to be in heaven by the time the bell rings. I'm not even going to breathe it. I'm going to be losing my fucking mind.
Yeah, this is going to be...
but this is one of the best fucking matches. Like, there's no other words I could say it. Like, this is literally the fucking match to watch. This was my main event.
It was, yeah.
Because halfway through the show, I kind of checked out.
Yeah, it was kind of tough.
The Dynasty Warriors, but
I maybe not. I would say like the next match, I did check out a little bit and stuff. But yeah, let's just. But yeah, this was fantastic.
This match was 10 stars.
Had but not happened, you know. And Bryan Danielson even mentioned it, by the way, too. This is the match he always wanted to have in his hometown because he's never really had like a full match in his hometown because it's always been like a squash match or like a meaningless match and all that type of stuff. So this meant a lot to Bryan Danielson that he could, you know, you got to have this type of match and stuff. So this is great. Then, then we had the next match. It was another trios match, the only trios match that wasn't a title match or anything like that. It was the Golden Elite, or the Golden Lovers and Chris Jericho versus the Don Callis family with Don Callis ringside. Yeah, this match was great stuff. You know, obviously, it wasn't what the match that we wanted, but you know, I thought these guys were all able to make something out of it at least. The baby faces dominate the match early. They completely dominate the heels. They just kind of out-wrestle them at every turn, and then eventually they get the heat on Kenny Omega for a very, very long time. At one point, I loved this. Kota Ibushi just takes offense to it at one point. He's so sick of seeing Kenny Omega get destroyed. He gets in there and just kind of goes on a house on fire a little bit, but it's kind of to a disservice because he's not the legal man at the time, and the ref's like trying to get him out of the ring, and he ends up hurting Kenny more than helping him. But it was so scary type of thing. Like just how that happened. I was so like, do not mess with Kota Ibushi because
Ibushi is the scariest motherfucker of all planet Earth, bro.
Kota Ibushi was already pissed enough as it was after attacking him at like his home gym and all that type of stuff too. So it was like, oh, now you're pissing him off more. Then eventually Jericho gets the hot tag and he goes off on everybody. And yeah, he hits a dive on the outside. Kenny hits a flip dive on the outside. And the match just spills into chaos. It's really just kind of everybody hitting their big moves and everything like that. And then eventually, behind the ref's back, Sammy Guevara hits Jericho off the head with the baseball bat. And Omega and Ibushi are trying to break up the pin, but they're being held back by Guevara. And
this didn't make any fucking sense to me. So, you meaning to tell me Will Ospreay has the fucking power
yeah, that was weird.
to hold not only Kenny Omega, but Kota Ibushi
yeah,
at
that was
the same
weird.
time?
That didn't make sense.
What?
I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Konosuke Takeshita was there. But, yeah, we did get to see Ibushi and Takeshita mix it up a little bit. It wasn't for very long, but it was, the time that we got was good. I'm hoping we get a match out of that.
Sad, bro. I want to see that.
Oh, you did too. Something's going on. It seems like they don't think Ibushi can go in a one-on-one capacity anymore because I don't know what's going on. Because I think he looked really good here, I thought. But yeah, the Don Callis family get another win. I was okay with that. Again, you were kind of booking yourself into a corner here because you needed to get the Don Callis family a win, especially after Sammy Guevara just turned. But you get to kind of a point now, like Omega needs a win, Jericho needs a win, and Ibushi. I guess he doesn't need a win. I think Ibushi's okay. But Omega really and Jericho really need to get... I guess Jericho doesn't need it as much because he did beat Guevara recently, but Omega needs a win. I think this is like his 4th straight loss in a row because he lost to... he lost the Stadium Stampede match. He took the loss. Then he lost the IWGP US Championship when it was known as that title at the time at Forbidden Door. Then he took the pin in the All-In 6-man tag at All-In in London. And then he lost to Takeshita, and now he just... I mean, yes, he didn't take the pin, but he was still on the Illusion team, so it's like, yeah.
We're still a loser.
So we need to get Omega a win. I think this is a part of a bigger story, because obviously I think the big story is without Don Callis, Kenny Omega isn't the same Kenny Omega, so that's the story they're clearly trying to tell, but we need to get Omega like a win again at some point. I think... It's starting to get kind of bad, but, you know, again, yeah, I think it's part of a bigger story. But, yeah, it made sense, other than the Will Ospreay having a hold of the back, it made sense for Guevara to get the pin over Jericho because you needed to validate his heel turn. So, again, though, I feel like this match should have been Takeshita versus Ibushi in a one-on-one capacity. So that's all I was really kind of thinking about. And again, most of this match I wasn't into was in the beginning just because of it was I was still like thinking about that technical masterpiece between Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. So I would say it probably took me like a good 20 minutes or so to get into this matchup. I think it started kind of slow. I'm also just sick of seeing these trios matches and all that type of stuff. Not that I'm hating trios matches, but I think this is like the 3rd time they've done like some type of trios match. And now we have to see this match again on Dynamite because they're doing a tag match now between Omega and Jericho versus Takeshita and Guevara. It's like I feel like we're kind of starting to do...
What?
Yeah, okay, I don't know what's going on here. So it's like, yeah. I don't know why it wasn't the tag match here. And Ibushi versus Takeshita if you were just gonna do the tag match on Dynamite, but whatever. They wanted to get a big match on the year 4 anniversary, so that's clearly what they chose to do. But yeah, overall, how did you feel about this match and kind of how it was played out and everything like that?
Other than murder Ibushi, I really did not care. I was playing Dynasty Wars half of the time.
Yeah, that's fair. again, you just saw Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson. Yeah, you probably needed to freaking breathe. So I get the match 4 3/4 star though. It was still great stuff. And then we had FTR versus Aussie Open for the AEW World Tag Team titles. By this point, it was during the trios match. Taz tagged back in, and the commentary team just stays Taz, Excalibur, and Nigel McGuinness the rest of the show. So there you go. I was kind of sick of them at that point. Just keep changing the commentary team. I was like, oh my gosh, make up your mind on who you want in commentary, guys. Like,
but you see why JR wanted to tag in that earlier, right?
Yeah,
because he wanted to see that masterclass himself.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you also forgot one thing that happened during that match, right? So right after the fucking masterclass we saw, all you heard was John Moxley. John Moxley was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, he really was.
He was like, "Holy." When he also got fined, he's like, but I don't blame him. I wouldn't help it too because that was crazy.
He's gonna have to start.
Like, holy shit!
He's gonna have to take
I gotta pay that fine.
Excalibur made a joke that he had to go take out a loan from the bank to pay his fine to the night because he was during the trios match. Yeah, during the trios match too. This was actually a funny bit. Sammy Guevara kept going over to Taz on commentary and like
talking mad shit. Right? It was great.
And he kept. Guevara's telling Taz, put me over. And Taz like, okay, I'll put you over. Then he kept coming back, and he's like, okay, put me over again. He's like, okay, I'll put you over. And then Taz didn't even put him over when he left. It was awesome. Like, he didn't even put him over.
That shit was... Sammy is really good as a fucking heel because he's such a dickhead.
Yeah. So, yeah, then we had the semi-main event. It was for the AEW World Tag Team titles. It was FTR defending against Aussie Open. Yeah, this was a great match right here. FTR dominate early. They prevent Kyle Fletcher from making the tag, but then eventually Cash Wheeler gets thrown headfirst into the post, and they just dominate Cash Wheeler. They work over his leg, and they really prevent him from getting the tag. And eventually Dax Howard gets the hot tag, and yeah, it's just kind of like a really just kind of like who could do what better type of thing. They did a really good near fall where Aussie Open nearly won with the Shatter Machine, followed by the Coriolis. But
that was a heart wrenching right there, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But Dax Howard just broke it up just in the nick of time. And then eventually the finish comes when FTR hit the elevated Shatter Machine, and they retained the AEW World Tag Team titles. I give the match like 4 3/4 stars. It was great stuff. I don't think it was better than their match at Royal Quest 2. I thought that match was a little bit better. I thought the commentary in this match was better than the Royal Quest 2 match type of thing. But I thought that match at Royal Quest 2 was a little bit better. I don't agree with FTR winning. I think like Aussie Open should have won the titles here because now this means we're going to get FTR versus the Bucks again, which is always great, but it's like I feel like, yeah, we don't really need to see a fourth match between FTR and the Young Bucks. I don't know why we're going back to that. Like, I feel like that chapter's kind of closed. The only reason, unless there's another team that's going to take the titles off of FTR, but I don't know what team that would even be, I don't even know how the hell they're going to do that. Because they didn't necessarily say that the Young Bucks get the next tag title shot. It says that they can have a tag title shot whenever they want. So I don't know if they are even really number one contenders type of thing, or if it's like one of those things where
they are.
So
they could just butt in anytime they want. That's all.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're just gonna have that title shot kicking around. They could do something where they do like an Iron Man match or something, first tag team Iron Man match, if they haven't done that before. But it's like, They should have either had Aussie Open win the title so that way we'd have to see FTR again. Plus, too, I don't know what more FTR can even do as champions. I think they kind of done everything in this title reign that they could do, so I think it was time for them to kind of drop the titles. Aussie Open's been taking a lot of big losses lately, too. They lost the ROH tag titles in admittedly embarrassing fashion, and then they lost to Jericho and Guevara recently, so I thought this was a moment that Aussie Open should have won, just because, But yeah, how did you feel about this match and kind of the result that came out of it? And the fact that we're going to get FT versus the Young Bucks again.
I don't know what to say. I just don't want to see this match again, bro.
Yeah, it's weird.
I really don't know, for real, man. Because, like, this was a good match and all. I don't really... I think at this time I was watching, but at the same time I wasn't watching at the same time, so... It was like... The only cool spot was the elevated shadow machine. That was fucking sick.
Yeah, and they've done this a lot, too, so... So yeah, overall, yeah, I get the match, like... 4 3/4 stars. It would have been 5 had Aussie Open won. So then we had the main event for the first time ever. Was the TNT title match. It was 2 out of 3 falls. It was Christian Cage defending against Darby Allin. Yeah, really great stuff here. Christian Cage sends Luchasaurus to the back, so he wants to do this on his own. And only thing disappointed, I thought someone should have had a special entrance here, like Darby should have had a special entrance, but it wasn't to be. And the beginning portions of this matchup, Darby Allin and Christian Cage wrestling each other, but no one's really getting the advantage over the other. And then eventually, Darby Allin puts Christian Cage's shoulder, like his turtleneck, over his face, so Christian Cage can't see, and he gets him into a roll-up. And he gets the pinfall that way over Christian Cage. Overall, I thought that was a clever way for him to get a pinfall. And Christian Cage is down a fall at this point. And obviously Christian Cage is pissed about this. Nigel McGuinness is pissed. This was really entertaining. Nigel McGuinness is just really pro Christian Cage here, which I love that for Nigel McGuinness. He's just really putting him over all night. There was one point, by the way, I think Nigel McGuinness called Taz ugly because he mentioned that, Nick Wayne, I think was mentioned like he was handsome or something. And he mentioned... He was mentioning, well, Hook's a pretty good looking guy too, and then he mentioned pretty much that, like, yeah, I can see. He doesn't say this exactly, but he pretty much does say this. He says, well, I don't think he got his looks from his father. And then Taz says, well, Hook's mom's a pretty good looking guy. So Taz and Nigel McGuinness back and forth on commentary was really good here, type of thing.
Man, I love Nigel as a commentator. He's funny as shit.
Yeah. So Christian Cage is pissed about this. He kind of gets back into it. After he's like walled out to kind of get his bearings about him. They continue to go at it. Christian Cage is kind of fighting off emotion by this point. He's just kind of attacking Darby Allin, which kind of causes him to make a lot of mistakes. And then eventually Darby, he nearly gets the win 3 times. He hits like 3 roll-ups in a row, but Christian Cage kicks out of all of them. He hits a really good corkscrew crossbody, but Christian Cage kicks out of that. And then eventually, he goes for some type of crossbody or something in the corner, but Christian Cage moves and he hangs himself up completely against the ropes. And then Christian Cage sends him to the outside and he knocks him into the commentary area. And Excalibur gets taken off commentary for a little bit. And Nigel and Taz have to kind of commentate the show for like a few seconds. And yeah, Christian Cage is just destroying Darby. He goes over to Nick Wayne's mom, and this is hilarious here because Nigel McGuinness, obviously is like, yeah, she's just, he's trying to make sure, like, yeah, she's checking out Christian Cage. She's here to support Christian Cage tonight and all that type of stuff. And we're meant to think, that there's going to be something brewing there. Christian Cage goes up to her, but Nick Wayne's mom throws water in his face, and Darby Allin's able to get back the advantage for a few seconds, but it doesn't last very long. Eventually, Christian Cage takes his head off with a clothesline. He sets up the steps, and this is kind of when things go on for a little bit. What was supposed to happen was Christian Cage eventually, after like he set this up and like Darby's ready to go and everything like that, he was supposed to hit like a suplex from the apron, Falcon Arrow type spot. And Darby was supposed to land back first onto the steps. But that's not what happens. What ends up happening is the steps weren't close enough. So Darby just landed onto the floor. So they had to so Christian Cage just does a body slam. And then eventually he just does the spot again. The match just fall apart a little bit. But it was still It was salvageable. They salvaged the spot for what they could. The reason they had to keep doing this spot was because this was supposed to be how Christian Cage got his second fall. He goes into the ring and he basically takes a loss. He takes a fall by count out. Again, I like that they did that. It was something different. You have to get over that. AEW doesn't do count out finishes all that much, so you had to kind of get that over. So that's fine. Darby Allin's laid out. He has to be taken out with a stretcher and everything like that. And Christian Cage starts cutting up the ring. He completely exposes the boards underneath the ring. And Christian Cage hits a splash from the top as Darby's being stretched out and completely wipes out Darby Allin. He hits a spear onto him, but Darby Allin kicks out. And then they have a little bit of a back and forth exchange. Christian Cage hits the kill switch onto the exposed wood, but Darby Allin, this crazy man, just kicks out of this. It was just, it was crazy. And then the match continues. Darby Allin hits the coffin drop while Christian Cage on the exposed wood, but Christian Cage kicks out. And then the ref takes a bump, and Christian Cage grabs his TNT championship, and Nick Wayne comes out, and he grabs the title. Him and Darby are standing face to face, and Darby ends up with the title, and he hands it to Nick Wayne, and Darby wants Nick Wayne to claw Christian Cage with it for everything that Christian Cage has done to Nick Wayne. And predictably, you could totally tell this was going to happen. They pretty much telegraphed this. Nick Wayne blasts Darby Allin in the head with the TNT Championship. And the ref gets put into the ring. Christian Cage covers him, and he retains his TNT title. I didn't like the finish. I'll just say that right now. It was way too telegraphed. I'm not going to blame it on really AEW too much. I feel like, they clearly wanted one thing to happen. It's one of those things where if you watch wrestling so much, you could just totally see where the story was going. But I think there's a reason Nick Wayne had to kind of turn here. But again, good on Nick Wayne though. He's finally found his father figure. You're not gonna find a better father figure than Christian Cage. You gotta go there. His mom wasn't happy about this. She had to be held back by the security. But eventually she's gonna come around to Christian Cage. She's gonna realize he's the husband that she needs right now. I know Christian Cage already has a wife.
Oh God.
She'll come around. I mean, I know Christian Cage has a wife and everything like that, but don't worry. Christian Cage has time for both. His father. They don't call him Father of the Year for nothing. He can manage he can be fathers to two families at once and all that type of stuff. Like he can do that. But it's not. But it's not done yet though. So Christian Cage continues to beat down Darby Allin and Nick Wayne. They're beating him up, and Sting comes out. And he does a good job in the beginning, like fighting them off, but he's not very successful because at this point Luchasaurus comes out, and that's kind of where the numbers get uneven. And then you knew this was what was going to happen here. This was the only reason this main evented. But a video plays, and I'm like, okay, we know who this is. At first I was thinking, wait a minute, is this going to be Sami Callihan? Because if you know the intro, if you watch Impact Wrestling, that was his intro in Impact.
Funny story about that, right? So, one of my friends, right? He thought, he was like, "Don't tell me Sami Callihan." He was about to have a heart attack because he'd been watching Impact a lot.
Yeah,
and he was at the point he said he's sick of all these vignettes leading to Sami Callihan. It was like, oh my fucking God. But I'll let you continue.
It's not Sami Callihan. Video plays as it shows a person driving around in the Seattle area. The only reason
swerving when he drives.
And what the person's body language and just, if you've seen this person before, you know it's this person. You think you know me, Blitz, and it's not the traditional one. We did find out that Beth Phoenix did the voiceover for it.
That's a nice wife for real. It's a nice wife.
Yeah,
to do that.
It's the rated R superstar Adam Copeland, the former Edge. Comes out. I'm sorry, Adam Copeland comes out. That's going to take some getting used to.
He's still Edge. I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, Adam Copeland comes out and We don't even know what his name is at this point. The commentary's quiet and all that type of stuff. So we think it's going to be Edge, but, Adam Copeland comes out, and he, this is the first time that Christian Cage and Adam Copeland have had any type of altercation since the 2021 Royal Rumble. So they haven't seen each other in a while.
How about it was the 20? Nah, it was the 21.
Yeah, because it was Thunderdome, so...
Yeah.
So Adam Copeland grabs a chair because Christian Cage was going to go for the concerto and take out Stin, and Adam Copeland acts like he's going to do the concerto with Christian Cage, but he cracks Nick Wayne, destroys him with this chair. He cracks Luchasaurus. He cracks Luchasaurus. He lays him out with a spear. And Christian Cage takes off before Adam Copeland can touch him. And Adam Copeland stands tall. And I didn't even say this. He had his WWE theme, like the theme song he's always been using. Everyone was speculating, was he going to come out with this? But we find out later, Adam Copeland owns that song well, he doesn't own it, but WWE doesn't own it. And Adam Copeland was friends with the guys in the band, so that's why he was able to come out with that song. So yeah, Adam Copeland, Stin, and Darby Allin stand together. And Adam Copeland just stares down Christian Cage. And, it was a great debut, I thought. Afterwards, it even shows like a little celebration that he had and everything like that. So, Adam Copeland is now All Elite. And before we talk about how we feel about that, why don't you talk about, I probably should have had you talk about the 2 out of 3 Falls match first before I broke down Adam Copeland's debut. But we haven't reviewed a pay-per-view with just us together. It's the first. Believe it or not, well, I know we did All Out together, but we also did that. There wasn't a big surprise at the end. Okay, but yeah, before we talk about the end of the show, pretty much.
Take your time, bro. I know you're excited because Adam Copeland's in AEW, but take your time.
Yeah.
So. This was, you could say it was kind of telegraphed because all the reports and all this shit. But at the same time, the little fan in me is like, holy shit, this is fucking so sick. because Edge was a WWE lifer.
Yeah.
That's what's keep throwing me off. It's the fact that these lifers for WWE is coming to AEW, which is still fucking insane. Because we all know Edge. We all, like... Okay, first of all, let's talk about the 2 out of 3 Falls match. I didn't want Darby to win at all.
I didn't either.
I made a joke in the mall saying that... After the match, Christian comes out and said, well, what's next? 2-0. How's everybody's fathers, mothers, grandfathers? I'm still the champ. 2-0. Like, I made a joke saying that Christian wins 2-0, but yeah. But Darby won. The most goofiest way to win. Took advantage of Christian's turtleneck and put it over his face. I'm not gonna hold you, that was funny as shit.
Yeah, it was.
That was hilarious. And the way Christian had to take it off, he was stuck. But yeah. Darby Allin is a psychopath. This man took the nasty... Even though they botched the first one, the second one was still nasty. Because he threw Darby on the steps. Not even how you usually do it. He just yeets him, to the steps. His spine hit the fucking edge.
It was insane.
This man really tried to die. He really tried to commit suicide in the fucking wrestling ring. That's crazy. It's outrageous, bro. This man needs to stop. But at the same time, you can do what you want. The match was alright. I was watching, and then I was like, this is a match. I was kind of hoping my main event, well, the match I would put in the main event will be the Zack Sabre Jr. one.
Yeah.
But I kind of see why they did this because special surprise. Cool. So the match, I'll give it like a 4 out of 5, I guess. But here's where we're gonna talk. Edge debuts. I thought he was Sami Callihan intro, but no, it wasn't. It wasn't the Death Machine. Not right now. Because eventually he's gonna be in AEW, and I hope, pray to God, if they do that, I want the Switchblade Conspiracy or the Switchblade Tag Team of Sami Callihan and John Moxley.
Oh yeah.
Because they used to be a tag team, which is crazy. Which is crazy thinking about it too, because of how they're now. It's insane. But
What will a relationship be like between the Blackpool Combat Club if he's tagging with Sami Callihan? Like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but one can dream. But like, so Edge debuts, and this is where I'm going to talk about how it's fucking unreal to think a WWE lifer will go to AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this is about to be the new norm, that people who is mostly WWE going to the competition starts, I'm all in because I'm one of those guys that I would love to see like a John Cena, a Randy Orton going to a different promotion like AEW.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because it'll make things more interesting. Plus, I feel like if they do that, a lot of their promos would be insane. Because you know how Christian was in WWE? Yeah. Look at Christian now. Christian is talking about your dead fathers. Christian is hitting on your mother. He's literally saying that I will fuck your mother. And he literally is like, yeah, the grandfather died. but like, he is a different breed of human right now. He is moving mad. This man is wearing black Air Forces and basically literally laughing at you, say, ha ha, your father died. Like, what the fuck?
It's insane, yeah.
This man is a demon. And then you got fucking CM Punk being a fucking dickhead. Just being like, bro, you ain't shit. You got Samoa Joe just being a fucking menace to society. You got, like, imagine a Randy Orton cutting a promo on, like, MJF or something. Randy Orton being a whole Viper. He will bring back his 2009 phase.
Oh yeah.
Punk kicks Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, he definitely would. Yeah.
If he were to go to AEW, he will literally kill somebody. Imagine John Cena. He doesn't have to hold back anymore. He could just go crazy.
It would be insane. Yeah.
Like, seeing Edge here, this is kind of like a trade-off. If this actually happens, right? If CM Punk goes back to WWE and in exchange we get Edge, I'm all in. I'm watching fucking WWE just for CM Punk. But this is fucking crazy. The fact that he has the rights to Metal Langus is still crazy. Just like how CM Punk has the rights to Cult of Personality.
Yeah,
and now,
yeah, go ahead.
And now RVD has the rights to fucking Pantera walk. It's like, this is fucking sick. Now I'm curious. Would Randy Orton, if he does move if he does go to AEW, will he have the rights to will he have the rights to voices?
I don't know. Yeah, because
Rev Theory made the song.
That's true. Yeah,
but I don't know. it's just it's still fucking crazy to me. So
Yeah.
AEW, and yeah.
But yeah,
Good
so yeah, the match itself I gave like 4 3/4. It would have been 5, but the Nick Wayne finish was kind of lame. But yeah,
But it makes sense though.
oh, it makes sense. I just don't like the way he should have hit him with the belt sooner or something. Just because like it may once he didn't hit Christian Cage with the belt immediately. Like it was kind of like he's hitting Darby type of thing. Like I feel like they could have. He should have I feel like they should have done it quicker or something. But yeah, so.
But let me explain why, if people don't understand why, Nick Wayne turned on Darby. The reason why Nick Wayne turned on Darby is simple. Because Darby's a fucking idiot. Here's why. So, Nick Wayne had to deal with Swerve and AR Fox doing home invasion. Right. Damn near killing Darby Allin. And then AR Fox try to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
And Darby Allin accepts AR Fox's simple apology. Nick Wayne's like, why? He nearly killed me.
That's right, yeah.
I was on the floor dying.
Yeah,
and
no.
Then it's like, then he has to bring in the fucking problems and shit. It's like, Darby had it coming. Darby is a fucking idiot. He has babyface syndrome, and I'm telling you, babyface syndrome is a real disease. Wrestling babyfaces.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
But yeah, overall, relatively, still great main event. Obviously Adam Copeland going to AEW. I can't believe it. Someone that was a WWE lifer, and when we kind of break down the highlights of the scrum in a little bit, we'll mention kind of what led to it and all that type of stuff because there's more to it than that. And just a fantastic way to end the show. I just can't believe that it happened and all that type of stuff. And again, I think it just needed to happen. Edge had kind of done everything that he could do in WWE. He legit said he ran out of creative things to do and he didn't know what to do type of thing. So AEW, he's going to be rejuvenating all this type of stuff. There's a lot of these new things that he can do. And we may get a longer time than we thought now with Edge/Adam Copeland as a on-screen personality in the wrestling business. I think if he had just re-signed with WWE, he probably would have been around probably till after WrestleMania next year. That probably would have been his last match. Now we're gonna get a lot more time with Adam Copeland. I don't know how long his contract in AEW is going for. That hasn't really been released yet. But if it's 2 years, we could hit 2 years of Adam Copeland in AEW, and then maybe another year in WWE. We just Edge's / Adam Copeland. Again, Zero, that's going to take some getting used to having to call him by his real name now, but...
Just call him Edge, bro.
But yeah...
That's what I'm doing, bro. I'm not making this complicated. I know this nigga has Edge, so he has Edge.
But yeah, Edge, getting a longer time with him in the wrestling business is going to be cool, but yeah. Before we grade the pay-per-view, we're going to talk about the media scrum for a little bit. The media scrum was good stuff. Again, I wanted to go to bed because I had to get up for work yesterday, so I was yelling at my computer and Tony Khan, dude, I hate to go to bed, bro. But Adam Copeland came on. He kind of talked about, what led to him coming to AEW. No one even knew he was in the area. It wasn't really reported or anything like that. He talked about how he wants to contribute, not just in the ring, but he wants to do other facets. He did mention that there could be a potential of Beth Phoenix in the, AEW type of thing, which would be interesting. And yeah, he just kind of, mentioned this is where we found out. Tony Khan announced a couple things. He announced that, Adam Copeland's going to speak in the front of the crowd for the first time on Wednesday. And then he's going to have his first match on Title Tuesday. They're doing Title Tuesday again next week, where he's going to face Luchasaurus in his first match, which makes sense. And then, yeah, it's going to be, that'll be awesome. And then, Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho came on. They kind of talked about some stuff. They had Swerve come on, but the highlight of the media scrum, was Christian Cage. My favorite thing, I don't know. Oh my gosh, he wrote. He
is a demon.
He roasted Brian Alvarez. Brian Alvarez went to ask him a question. He asked him if he ever saw any Buddy Wayne or Nick Wayne matches or whatever. He's like, no, I've never seen him, but he said, I never seen it because they probably sucked. And then he asked Brian Alvarez, did you wrestle? And then he says, I did at one point. And then he goes, I bet you suck too. And like, but did you he even asked, your star ratings out yet? And he's like, I haven't.
Give you a star rating?
He's like, I did give a star rating, but I haven't fully decided yet. And he's like, well, it doesn't matter about your star rating. It's not the best wrestler in the world. You just suck. You have no right to rate my man. He roasted Brian Alvarez. It was the greatest.
He didn't have to do that, but he wants to violate him, which is fucking hilarious.
Oh my gosh. If you want to watch the media scrum, watch it for Adam Copland, but watch it for Christian Cage. Like, oh my god.
You forgot one thing, Christian's so Tony Khan was like, he said, so like I saw you looking at the money, right? Christian was like, yeah, the grandfather died. And it's just awkward silence. Like, what the fuck?
And
I was like, bro.
And then another great thing, it was
demon, bro.
Tony Khan talked about how Christian Cage, had only held the TNT title for 13 days or something like that. You're like, why don't you do your fact check, do your homework, pal? You need to do your research in the numbers. I've been the TNT champion for since Collision started, pretty much. You didn't say the days, but bro, Christian Cage, bro, oh my gosh, this is just.
Ever since he joined AEW, he just started being a demon. I don't know who hurt him.
I don't know.
Who hurt him, bro?
But yeah, it was just so fun.
Violated Brian Alvarez. Violated fucking
Tony.
Everybody. Talking about everybody's dead family member. Tried to fuck their opponent's mother. Like, bro.
By the way,
he's moving crazy.
Oh, Adam Copland. By the way, you realize his mom died recently, right? Oh my gosh, he's gonna roast Adam Copland, right? By the way, oh my, Adam Copland is not safe.
No, not even Inoki's grandkids, bro. This man was watching the fuck, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Devious ass man, moving crazy.
But yeah, let's just grade the pay-per-view. I'm giving the pay-per-view, I'm giving it like an A. I thought it was maybe like an A-, actually. I thought it was wonderful. I think what's keeping it from A plus is the results of the tag title matches and some of the 0-hour matches being there that shouldn't have been there. But other than that, just a wonderful night for wrestling. And yeah, they mentioned they might do WrestleDream again. I think 7 pay-per-views is going to be the norm for AEW. Tony Khan kind of referenced that. Yeah, I'm
not reviewing 7 pay-per-views, my friend.
Because they have the 4 originals, the Revolutions, the Double or Nothings, the
If they're not bringing back the Exploding Barbed Wire match, I don't fucking care.
If they're not putting back the what?
The Exploding Barbed Wire death match. They need to bring that back.
Yeah, do it
just
right.
for me.
And then we can play in the game. So
fuck no! I want to see them actually do it again. Only reason why. There's one reason why. Because I feel like they could do it better now. They know what they fucked up, and they can do it. Yeah. But if they want to bring back something else, I want them to do a because this was a pack in FMW, the Exploding Cage.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but yeah, just I want them to bring back the bullshit. I miss them, but yeah.
Anything? Any final thoughts and letter grades and stuff on WrestleDream?
This was a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
It would have been a 10 out of 10 if fucking Nick Wayne got his ass whipped a bit better. just 1 minute match, just fucking chokeslam him to fucking hell.
There you go.
But hey, Nick Wayne finally got his father figure, and I still don't give a fuck about him.
Well, let's see what he
beat him up like I just want them to beat him up, just like how the Blackpool Combat Club beat up Wheeler Yuta.
That'd be cool.
I will laugh.
So yeah, let's run through kind of what's on tap for this upcoming week. We're going to hear from Adam Copland for the first time in the AEW win, so it'll be interesting to see what he says. He's going to be on Collision as well. We don't know what his role is going to be. We do know that Adam Copland now is going to be full-time, too. I feel like he'll do the Jericho thing where he'll be on every week, but he won't necessarily wrestle. I just don't see Adam Copland being able to wrestle every week type of thing. I think he'll have the Jericho schedule where he'll whenever he's on, he'll always be doing something type of thing. So, what do you think? Do you agree with that? Or do you think... I
honestly think I just let him do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
If he wants to wrestle every week, he can do it.
And
because he needs to get used to the style anyways.
Right, which is why I think Luchasaurus is going to be his first opponent, because it's not someone that, he's more of a powerhouse type of thing. He's not like a Kenny Omega and all that type of stuff. So, but yeah, let's other stuff that's announced for Dynamite this tonight, since you're seeing this on Wednesday. Ray Phoenix is going to defend his international title against Nick Jackson. This is year 4 of Dynamite. They fought on like one of the early episodes of Dynamite, so it makes sense for doing this match. And then we have a tag match set up. Sammy Guevara and Konosuke Takeshita versus Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. It's kind of sick of this. Not the feud, just I feel like we're doing this too much. But, that's what's on tap for Dynamite. And Collision on October 7th, the only thing that's really on tap is that Adam Copeland's going to be there somehow. We don't know what he's doing yet, but we'll probably find out on Dynamite this week. And on Title Tuesday... Saraya is going to be putting up her AEW Women's World Championship on the line against Hikaru Shida, and Adam Copeland's going to take on Luchasaurus in Adam Copeland's first match on AEW. So it'll be interesting. Obviously, we know Christian Cage is probably going to confront Adam Copeland. We just don't know if it's going to be on Dynamite or Collision. It might be on one. It might be on both, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, exciting times looking in AEW. And yeah, we will say this, by the way, Adam Copeland didn't leave WWE on bad terms like other people who have left WWE. They're still on good terms and everything like that. Everybody in WWE seems really happy for Adam Copeland that, he's done this and all that type of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This was your episode of Spoke. I can't believe it took us 2 hours to talk about one freaking show, but
It's like 20 fucking matches on one card for no reason.
I know. And yeah, at least we get a chance to breathe. AEW doesn't have another pay-per-view until November, I think it's like 18th, I think.
Yes.
So
I'm getting sick and tired of doing this shit.
I know. I feel like we blinked and all of a sudden we were at WrestleDream. What happened? I don't know.
I don't know, bro.
But
just tired.
Yeah. And then I'm not out of the woods yet. I'm gonna cover Fastlane next week, so it's like,
good fucking luck to you, bro.
Yeah. Anything you want to plug or promote before we get off this stream?
I'm doing an autumn tour, and if you missed Frontline's biggest event, which was Everything or Nothing, you can just watch it on color TV. It's damn near 3 hours. I put a lot of love in that show, and yeah. Plus, I got a spicy video on my main channel. Well, on Zero, if you want to deal, put me talking about something, but that's up to you. And yeah, I don't know what else to plug other than my channels. I might stream again. I don't know. I'm debating. But yeah, so if you want to watch my nonsense, just sub to my shit, dickheads.
There you go.
You
Yeah.
got the plug.
Yeah, so we got a lot. You know, obviously you're going to be hosting the rundown. I made sure that it's definitely going to happen on October 8th this time.
October 8th? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's the day after Fastlane, so it's a Sunday. I have nothing going on my end. I told James don't schedule any WIW recordings this time, so Noah said he's going to try to be on, but, you know, obviously we're not going to lock that in yet. But yeah, it's going to be
trying to be on? Oh God, I can't wait to mess with him.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, where the fuck you been, nigga?
And yeah, it's going to be a first time we are the host, so it's going to be great stuff. We have a lot of great topics lined up and everything like that. I'll send you the format I made that we're going to do when we cover the current stuff. I recommend we do the current stuff at the end because usually it takes us a while to cover the current stuff. But yeah, that'll be some fun stuff. WWE Aftershock Extras should be out tomorrow, where Chris and I will be covering NXT No Mercy and this week's episode of NXT. And then WWE Aftershock, I'll be doing solo. After SmackDown, it will be recorded, but it will be up Saturday where I cover the go-home week on the main roster. Fastlane, and giving my predictions for Fastlane. And then... let's see, what else? We have some retros coming. James and I are going to do Bash at the Beach 2000.
Just me, Oos. Day one.
Yeah, I'm all...
Wait, Oos is ugly as D, bro. But Baba say this. I'm sorry, but I want to let everybody know this. In WWE, there is one guy that has the best theme song of all fucking time. Trick Williams.
Yes.
If you never heard his theme, listen to it. It is leaked out and it's on YouTube. Listen to it.
Yeah,
it brings the culture to WWE.
Yeah, he really does. And then yeah, what else is since Halloween Havoc, WWE's doing 2 weeks of Halloween Havoc. We're gonna do 2 weeks of Halloween Havoc retros. I don't know what retros yet, but we're gonna try to do like a bad Halloween Havoc and a good one. So
I wanna be a part of that one for some reason. I watch Halloween. Just give me a year to Halloween Havoc. Fucking to watch it.
It's probably I'm thinking. I'm not sure which one. For the bad one, we're thinking of 95, obviously, when the Yeti debuts, or 98 with Hogan.
What's wrong with you?
Huh? Or 90. Hey, I did say it's going to be a good one and a bad one, so. Or it's going to be 98 when Hogan and Warrior have their bad match, so.
Oh, God.
I told you, said you.
Funny story about that one, right? So, I technically did watch it, but I watched it because Wrestling Bios was covering it for the for Living the War.
Oh, so there you go. But yeah, that's everything on my end, pretty much. Look at we got a lot of stuff coming up, and yeah, just gonna be living. So, and we have AEW Spark recorded probably next week because we can't record it Sunday because we got the rundown going on. But AEW Spark where we cover this week's AEW stuff. You know, it's gonna be Adam Copland. It's first full week in the company, so you know. And he's getting a lot out of that first full week. He's gonna be on Dynamite and Collision, so he's got working boots on that week. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for or listening, not talking. And since it's being recorded in the past, we will talk to you guys in the future.
Podcast has concluded. Be sure to check out more group discussion as far as AEW content is concerned, and check out more content from For the Win Productions.